The Dona Ana County Clerk's office held voter registration drives at almost every high school in the county. Chief Deputy Clerk Scott Krahling says it's important to make sure people start voting early.
So, studies have shown that the earlier you get involved in voting, the more likely you'll stay involved in voting throughout the rest of your life. And so we just want to get good information into people's hands and into their heads so that they'll become active citizens.
Krahling says the effort was a success.
We had great response. In Centennial, we registered over 70 people. Some of the high schools, it wasn't quite as big of a turnout, but it was great, very enthusiastic. We registered a total of 313 people in all those efforts.
Seniors at Desert Pride High School said they were happy it was easy to make sure their voices were heard in the upcoming election.
The teenagers in the high school that we don't get like as much appreciation as, I guess, than any other people in our community. So I guess it's important for the young people to have a voice and vote, because the people we vote, they're gonna make us have our voice be heard.
If it's important, I'm 18, I'm able to vote, and if I'm able to vote for my vote to make a change, I will do it.
Because I don't agree with some of the politicians that are running, and the Bernie's just has a better view on how colleges should be and how things should actually be run.
Scott Krahling says they try to make it out to the high schools before every election, but this year it served an additional purpose.
This year, the law changed relating to how old you have to be in order to vote in the primary election. And so we wanted to make sure we got that information out into the people's hands who that affects, and that's 17-year-olds. So high school is the best place for us to target those people.
Krahling says 17-year-olds are taking advantage of the primary voting opportunity.
So while we have registered 313 people through these outreach efforts, we have 278 17-year-olds who are qualified to vote in the primary starting on May 18th, who before this law changed in New Mexico wouldn't have been able to vote in the primary, and they'll be 18 by the general election. And so hopefully we're starting them out early, and they'll continue to be active citizens throughout the rest of their life.
Krahling says eventually they hope to work on a curriculum with the schools to help teach the importance of voting.
In the future, we will definitely try to coordinate with the school districts to not only get in and talk to high schools, but talk to middle schools and elementary schools, so we can really start talking about the voting process, what it is, why it's important, and hopefully start educating our youth at a young age, and end up at a situation where we're in high school and we're talking about voting and they already know why it's important, and we're just demonstrating the equipment so that we didn't demystify the process and everybody's enthusiastic and excited to vote.
Krahling says they will hold more voter registration drives at the high school ahead of the general election. For KRWG, I'm Samantha Sonner.